You left a sandwich on the table for only 10 seconds while reaching for a napkin, and when you turned around, the plate was empty, and your dog was already at the other end of the kitchen with a look of absolute innocence. Perhaps it wasn't food. Maybe you walked into the bedroom and found your pillow on the floor, shredded as if some important evidence was hidden inside. Or maybe it was quieter. Your worn-out t-shirt simply vanished from the back of a chair and was found an hour later in the dog's bed, intact, but now officially no longer belonging to you. It seems that in all these cases, the dog is just misbehaving, but in reality, behind each of these actions stand completely different psychological programs. Before we break down the neural programs in your dog's head, I have a question for you. What is the strangest or most expensive thing your dog has ever stolen, and what did it eventually turn into? Write about it in the comments. Perhaps your story will turn out to be a classic example of one of the scientific phenomena we will talk about today. When researchers place dogs in MRI scanners and design controlled experiments, bad behavior turns into a complex cognitive process. People misunderstand the quiet type of theft most often. Your dog takes a dirty t-shirt, carries it to a soft spot, and simply lies on top of it. This is not an attempt to ruin the item. In 2015, neuroscientist Gregory Burns from Emory University proved that the scent of a familiar human activates the caudate nucleus in a dog's brain, the area responsible for reward and positive expectation. This signal is stronger for them than the smell of food or other dogs. Your clothing for a dog is a concentrated dose of love and security. A study published in 2024 confirms the presence of the owner's scent in a stressful situation reduces cortisol levels and heart rate in a dog more effectively than the presence of a stranger trying to comfort them. Your t-shirt is not a trophy, it is a natural sedative. But there is another type of theft, the one accompanied by a steady gaze. The dog grabs the TV remote, freezes, and looks you straight in the eyes. They don't run away, they wait. Researchers from the University of Portsmouth, in a series of works through 2025 inclusive, show that dogs masterfully use operant conditioning. If last time you dropped everything, called them by name, and started a chase, for the dog, it was a jackpot. Your reaction, that is the real prize, and the remote was merely a tool. Psychologists call this a variable ratio reinforcement schedule. Since you don't always react the same way, sometimes scolding, sometimes laughing, and sometimes offering a treat to trade for the item, this makes the behavior almost ineradicable. The unpredictability of the reward forces the dog's brain to try again and again, similar to how slot machines work for humans. The most surprising discovery concerns food theft. In 2025 and 2026, expanded tests on cognitive flexibility and theory of mind were published. Experiments showed that dogs steal food 4 times more often when the room is dark or when there is a physical barrier between them and the human, blocking the view. This proves that a dog is not just impulsive, they build a model of what you can see and what you cannot. They evaluate your angle of vision and make a strategic decision. This is not a failure in training, it is a demonstration of highly complex social intelligence. The difference between a dog sleeping on your slipper and a dog turning it into confetti is huge. The first is a low-level comfort-seeking behavior. The second is high-level arousal, often caused by an underload of the cerebral cortex. According to data from the Generation Pup Project for 2025, the peak of such destructive theft occurs at the age of 12 months. During this period, 42% of young dogs experience a surge in impulsivity. Researchers call this the adolescent window, when self-control has not yet matured and the need for novelty is at its maximum. Laboratory tests in 2024 showed that in 76% of cases, dogs choose a new object instead of an old toy, not because your item is better, but because it is different. Novelty itself is a neurobiological reward. Instead of chasing the dog, which only reinforces the thrill of the hunt, science suggests an exchange protocol. Research by Jacobs and colleagues confirms physically seizing items by force over time only develops aggression and resource guarding. Teaching the give command through exchange for a more valuable resource teaches the dog's brain that giving up prey leads to a better result. Ultimately, the next time your dog steals your sweater, remember, they might not be trying to make you angry. They are either playing a game they invented themselves or have simply found the fastest way to feel that you are near.